guys, welcome to Woodland Lake in the Indian Peaks Wilderness. I think I'm the only one at this entire lake, which is so freaking cool. I'm on this hike today. It's kind of a tough one. It's over 10 miles and it's, higher elevation. It's over 10,000 feet. But this trail is well worth it if you want to hike to an alpine lake where you're not going to run into tons of other people. It's super beautiful. You can't go wrong in the Indian Peaks Wilderness, truly. This wilderness never ceases to amaze me with how gorgeous it is. Oh, and hey guys, I'm Audrey. On trail I'm known as Glow Stick. In 2018, I quit my amazing job in Washington, D.C. to through hike the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine. Then I moved to this incredible state where I just absolutely love life. So guys, if you're into hiking and backpacking, you want to know more about the AT, you want to know about hikes in Colorado, make sure you give my channel a subscribe because I'm constantly out hiking and backpacking and outdoor adventuring, and I love sharing it with you guys. So I probably would not recommend this hike if you have any sort of foot issues, because the trail is pretty rocky, or if you struggle with high elevation, because there are some tough climbs. I mean, it's not to the degree of, say, doing a 14er or something like that, but there are some tough climbs. I was feeling the elevation, and I live in Boulder, so I'm over 5,000 feet there, and still I was feeling it on this hike. But like I said, this hike really is incredible if you don't mind doing something challenging and you don't mind doing a long hike, a long day hike, then this trail is well worth it. So let's get into the hiking trail. Okay guys, first of all, please forgive me. This is called Woodland Lake, not Wonderland Lake. I always want to call it Wonderland Lake, but it's not. It's Woodland Lake. Wonderland Lake is in Boulder. So I'm sorry for messing that up in the introduction. Please forgive me, but I can't go back and refilm it because it's so many miles away. So this hike begins at the Hessie Trailhead in Eldora, Colorado. This is about 45 minutes from Boulder or about an hour and 15 minutes from Denver. The Hessie Trailhead fills up often and it fills up fast. I have been there at 7 in the morning and it has been full already in the summer. Don't let this scare you away from doing this hike though, because there are several hikes that start at this trailhead. Once you break off from the Lost Lake Trail, which is a 4-mile round trip that most people that come to this trailhead do, you'll find that the trails are not busy or crowded whatsoever. I had this very same experience hiking to King Lake and hiking to Jasper Lake, which also go from this trailhead. That being said, if you get to the Hessie Trailhead and you can't find a parking space, you can, in the summer months, in the peak summer months, you can park at the Netherland High School and take a shuttle to the trailhead. I've also sometimes been able to find parking on the side of the road, like half a mile or a mile away. So just keep in mind when you're going to this trailhead that often you do have to tack on a little bit of extra distance to your hike to walk down the road. Be careful where you park though, because they do ticket here. So make sure you're in a legal parking space. Anyway, according to ProTrails, this hike is 9.1 miles round trip, but I took a little detour to go to Lost Lake first, so I would say that added on probably a half mile. I'm going to be totally honest, I don't really think that it was worth it to go to Lost Lake. There were a lot of people there were a lot of people on the trail, and it wasn't nearly as beautiful as Woodland Lake. However, I had never taken the detour before to go to Lost Lake. It was my first time there, so I thought, I'll check it out. I would maybe go back. I've heard that it's really beautiful in the fall because there are a lot of aspens in this area. I would maybe do it on an evening when I didn't think there would be many other people there, but it just wasn't worth it to hike around all those crowds when I basically had the Woodland Trail to myself. To give you some context, I literally saw dozens of people on the trail to Lost Lake, but on the Woodland Trail, I maybe saw 4 other people. As I mentioned, this trail could be kind of rocky at times. It's June 27th when I'm hiking this, and there really wasn't any snow left, like a tiny bit of snow on the side of the trail, but nothing I had to hike through. But the creeks were overflowing with snow melt water. A couple of the crossings were a little bit sketchy, and then of course the trail was like pretty wet in some places for that same reason because of the snow melt. 2 weeks ago though, there was still tons of snow in the Indian Peaks Wilderness, so I would suspect in another couple weeks the trail should be fairly dry. This is an amazing place to see wildflowers, and I was also seeing signs of moose. According to ProTrails, this starts at about 9,000 feet
above sea level, and then it goes up to about 11,000 feet. Make sure you're paying attention on this trail because there are a couple places that it splits off from other trails, and I ran into 2 different people who had gone the wrong way when they were trying to go. One was trying to go to Lost Lake, he started going on the Woodland Trail. One was trying to go to Woodland Lake, and he started on the Devil's Thumb Trail. So just pay attention, it'll be fine. I also want to take a moment to remind you that weather in the mountains can change very, very quickly. When I started the trail, it was sunny and beautiful, and then I watched storm clouds come over the lake, and it started hailing on me on the way home, which is the second time in 3 days that it has hailed on me. Just be prepared for anything and bring layers. If you hike this trail or have hiked it in the past, I'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to subscribe for more hiking, backpacking, Appalachian Trail, and Colorado content. Happy hiking!